Lindsay from Painting with a Twist again. So we are doing another Facebook Live. This one we're going to talk about backgrounds because we do have a lot of different backgrounds. And once again, this is for our to-go kits and our virtual classes we're going to be having. This is a nice way to kind of go through a few tips and tricks for you guys. Again, you can order those from potterybyou.com, our sister studio. Look for the to-go options. You'll see lots of paintings that you can pick from. You can do those at home while we are all self-isolating, okay? So today I'm going to show you two different kinds of backgrounds. We have textured background. You can kind of see with my cherry blossoms here, nice textured background. So you're going to see your brush strokes a lot more, okay? Now, for a more blended look, you're going to see your brush strokes a little less, and that's a little bit more like this coral background here, okay? So what I've done is just divided my canvas in two. I'm going to do a little bit more of a blended background or a textured background on top and more blended on the bottom. So for your textured background, what's nice is you don't have to really mix your paint first. So what I'm gonna do, just kind of get my colors together. You can see I have a little bit of white and green at the same time. And for this textured background, you can kind of do little X motions. Don't be afraid to use lots of paint because you're gonna be doing the blending on the canvas. Okay, so you can kind of see just little X motions. The most important thing about this is to make sure you're getting the texture of the canvas itself actually covered. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Lots of little X motions, lots of texture. Don't be afraid to see that texture. Okay, the other nice thing, you can just kind of keep going into some other colors. I got a little blue here. And the more you go back and forth between your colors, the more they're gonna blend together. So let's say I've got just like a nice big blue section up here, but that kind of sticks out. The key is to go back and forth between your green and your blue, and then that line is just gonna disappear. Okay, so you can keep going over and over and over this many, many times. If there's something that sticks out a little too much, go right back in with your brush. Little X motions right over the top, okay? So you can kind of see textured, still sort of blended together. The more you go in with your brush, the more blended it will be. And the less you go in, obviously the more textured it's gonna be. Now down here, I'm gonna do more of a sort of sunset shape, kind of like this, okay? Now often we're gonna do that kind of windshield wiper motion, that little kind of rainbow motion back and forth, okay? So you're gonna start in the bottom, in the center. Usually this is gonna be kind of above your horizon line. And I'm just gonna grab some white. I already got a little bit of blue on here. So we're just gonna go back left and right. Now I'm using lots of paint here, okay? So you always want to use lots of paint because it's only going to help with blending. If you don't use enough paint, your paint dries really quickly and you can't actually blend any of your colors because it's already dry. Okay, so don't be afraid to really just scoop it up, go right onto the canvas, and once again, we are kind of covering the texture as we go. Now you notice as I'm doing this, I'm doing long brush strokes, so you want to go left to right. You can see all the way over the top in that big arch, okay? You don't want to just do this. You can kind of see that's where we get into more of that texture, okay? The blended look is going to be longer brush strokes, textured look, shorter brush strokes, okay? So just like before, as you work your way out, you can go into some other colors. Now here, say we're going to kind of go for that rainbow sort of twilight look in this sense, but you do the same method for a sunset. Okay, I clearly just have a very big green stripe over my light blue section. What you want to do is take your brush and make sure it's touching the light and dark color at the same time, and we're going to go back and forth. Okay, so I'm going down, you can see, back into that lighter section, and that's how you blend. It all disappears that way, okay? But again, I'm going all the way across, big long brush strokes. This can kind of be an arm workout, so get ready, okay? Now once again, up at the top, I'm going to show you that one more time. I'm just grabbing a little more blue. Going to go in with a nice dark color. Okay, but again, to get rid of that stripe, make sure you're touching both colors at the same time. So you can see my brush is going to overlap that line. We're going to go back and forth between your green and your blue. Just like that, all the way back and forth. And normally this would be, like I said, above your horizon line. You can bring that out all the way to the edge of your canvas. Generally, if you're doing this kind of look, and this will be explained in your instructions in your to-go kits as well, but you're going to start with your lighter center and you're going to work your way out. Okay, so just like that, easy peasy. Once again, long brush strokes for the blended look, short brush strokes for that textured look, okay? But always use lots of paint, have a lot of fun with this, try to relax, enjoy some creative time, and thank you for joining us.